you'd need 30 centimeters of water to protect you. Lead, you'd need a thin film.
It's just too fucking. They didn't have the technology to fake it. That's the funny thing. They had the tech to land on the moon, but they couldn't have the tech to fake it.
Why was the flag fluttering?
Because
the rocket exhaust kicks out dust. And
that's what they would say.
And there's zero friction. So if you touch it moves.
Yeah.
There's actually, I don't know if you know, this is a totally true story. All the flags.
Shadows.
All the flags on the moon have been bleached white by the sun.
Yep,
and now the French are claiming they've been.
They went there to surrender.
I'm so sorry if that went live. I'm very sorry to our French viewers. It's a British joke. We do that quite a lot.
He's not sorry, I promise.
It's weird, isn't it? You have to choose who to be racist to, and they're fine. They're good with it. They hate our food and our lifestyle.
They get it.
Yeah, true. But they don't get any shipments from us.
They've seen you once, and they've chosen to come back. Surely it's their own fault then.
I agree. That is partly their fault. We hear you, says Bob Clark.
The fact that you can see the moon rover or whatever it was called from a telescope on Earth is probably enough evidence.
That's what they'd have you say. But what they actually do is they draw a tiny rover on the lens of every telescope.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
really small.
Or they just took an unmanned rocket and dropped the buggy on there.
They just drew it on, I reckon. Well, why take the buggy? Just draw it on there. Etch a sketch. Someone down on Earth.
Scotty watched it, Brad.
Scotty, you're my fucking hero. No one else watched this but me and you.
I think we're actually just doing a podcast now because we're not going to bother doing the theme or turn.
Fuck, turning the camera on. I don't want to see my wrinkles.
They can't see us yet.
I know. It's
how much I have aged.
Well, they say they can. Well, one person said they could hear us.
Bob said he can hear us. And
are we taking Bob's word for it? Though?
I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know. That's the only reference we've got.
Character. You can't really trust him, can you?
No, it's true. Behind the curtain, says Richard Jack, though. That's it. Reference something.
Somewhat more trustworthy, but not much.
That's good news. Dean Feeney's in the house. Grateful Ant's here. Ungrateful Ant. Fucking hate, but Grateful Ant. Good guy. Solid. Real solid.
They're taking a mickey now.
They're evening each other because we're not like, I'm watching it, says Own Comforts. You're not, because not.
No, he might be on about the Mars thing.
Loud and clear, says Dean Feeney.
Dean, he's the one to trust. Right, I'll roll the intro then.
Oh, then again, Bob just said we should trust him. So that means you can hear it.
And we are live in full HD, kind of.
HD.
1080p. So now
2012 HD.
Yeah, it's tricky, isn't it? Because it's too complicated. But let's just pretend we're in.
I've got to pull this hood right up so we can keep it on.
I'm going to pull this t-shirt up so stop showing my cleavage. Welcome to the show. Welcome to chapter 53 of this long-running saga.
Hey!
And special guest.
Yeah!
Brad.
I don't know where he is.
New home show.
I'm over here.
Phobic.
Hello, Brad.
Jesus, fucking Phobic's been gone a while. Surely I'm known for something else by now.
Ripping your sleeves off mid-home show.
Yeah, surely that's more popular than Phobic Mites.
One of my favourite moments ever in the old show. It was brilliant.
Don't adjust your television sets. He has a funny accent.
I am foreign.
But he's one of us now, technically.
Technically? Hang on, what's the date? I don't know.
It's the 18th. It's the 18th.
The 18th. On the 7th of next month, I qualify for a passport. So I have almost been here long enough to be British.
And you'll have a new one before me. So you'll have the dark blue one. We need to pretend. Let's do the show. Fuck's sake, Brad. What are you vaping? What are you drinking?
Oh, crikey. I'm drinking beer, as I should be.
Me too.
I've got a...
I don't want to talk about it.
And I've got a...
Clockwork Tangerine.
It's been a while since I've had one of these.
Yeah.
And I plan on getting on my ear before the show is done. Because there's another 8 of those downstairs.
Excellent.
And I am still on this little doodad you sent me, Rich.
We changed the head on it.
Strong. Oh yeah, changed the head.
Right. I was going to say, good. Stop.
The battery's kind of on its last legs.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It really only goes about this far from my computer.
Yeah.
But that's been going, 9 months now?
Yeah.
Can't complain. And I'm still using this little guy.
Yay. They're
with
good,
the
aren't they?
EVL. And the one thing that has not changed and will never change.
It's Jacky.
Cactus Jacky.
Jacky!
Which one's Jacky?
Occasionally a cactus punch. That's
What?
about as...
Yeah.
Occasionally a cactus punch, but it's not often I switch between.
I was just asking which one Jacky is.
Jacky's got a hint of tropical fruit kind of on the edge of
I
it.
would have just said it's the one that I'm vaping.
Yeah. Somebody will actually have to tell me what that is. I can't even remember which tropical bit it is.
Umbongo.
Punch is the strawberry one, isn't it?
No, there's nothing in punch. There's mint.
It's got a red glove.
Yes,
I've always just thought maybe there's strawberry and I can't taste it.
No, that was just the original logo.
No.
No, it's just a red glove. But
Leading into graphic design.
It's got garden mint. And Zing is mango with the green mango. Yeah, lychee, custard. Tropical's tropical.
They went a little bit more literal with the later iterations.
Depends. Oh yeah, I suppose. Well, Zing, that's one of the latest ones. And that's mango. It took me fucking ages to work that out.
Well, no one fucking wants to hear any more about...
We do?
Cactus.
How's your week been? I think you say about you. I was passive on it.
Yeah, I survived the week, as always.
Yep.
Fucking... This is a welcome change from our normal routine. Having a work hangout at 9 o'clock on a Thursday night has become my normal.
Yeah.
There's considerably less beer in a work hangout.
Yeah.
I don't know why the fuck anyone chooses to do it.
Surely if it's after like clocking off, you can just get twatted, can't you?
No, because the Americans are in their actual work time.
Yeah.
Kind of feel bad sitting here drinking a beer in front of them.
It's funny, being self-employed and the shop being shut, somebody said to me, do you have any beers in the shop? And I said, no. And they said, oh, have you ever thought about it? No. I mean, that is a dangerous slope, isn't it? Just crates of beer and...
If you were drinking in the shop alone, problem.
That's
if you're drinking in
shit.
the shop with your mates, no problem.
Yeah, I'm not...
We might actually come visit you if you did that.
I've got to move the fridge out because it's pointless being in there anymore.
Well, last week you could have just kept them outside.
That is true. I had a bucket of ice, which confused everybody. I had a portable fridge. I had a bucket of ice in here, and people would go, "Is that rice?" Why the fuck would it be rice? It's fucking snow.
Did you saw my frozen pond?
Yes. 2
days before that froze, I took some beer and stuck it out in that to cool down.
Good man.
I only managed to retrieve that beer yesterday after the pond thawed.
Oh, I did freeze it
frozen in the bottom of the pond.
Ah, no, that's no good. What do you have for dinner?
Dinner, I had an interesting one. I had a 6-week-old vegetable curry.
But it was frozen, I assume.
Yeah, it was frozen.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, fair enough.
Otherwise, we're just going to be like surreptitiously calling 999. Yeah, well, whereabouts did you say you were? The exact address? Yeah, no, just say it's
currently shitting himself to death. You'll be able to smell your way to his house.
Go on then, John.
So I thought you got a tattoo then, Richard.
Where?
On your left arm? No. I thought you got a tattoo. I was thinking, I didn't think you got any tattoos.
Shadow's playing tricks on you.
Bit wanky, aren't they, tattoos?
Just stick them on every time. Just don't worry. Brad's the same. We use the same supplier. You just stick them on whenever you think they're appropriate, and then take them off.
Pretty much.
I've got this. What is profound enough to scar your skin for eternity?
Who cares? But that's always like the thing.
It's not eternity, really. It's only until you die.
Until you're dead. It doesn't really make any
odds. The way you eat up north could be
That's true. Yeah, it's temporary for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I've not ever been asked about it.
Sorry. I don't like football. People do.
I think it's the same. Some people. I don't look at a tattoo and go, "You're a tosser for having one." I just personally have never.
Yes, you do. That's exactly what you said to me.
It's just no one's business. I just think that's the same with everything.
For some reason, it's never appealed to me.
I think I had my first one when I was 17 or something, and it was a flat, like good to talk ink talk now, but it was a Flash brand. I've never had a Flash since, but it's covered now as well. You can't see it, so it's fine. I covered it with another tattoo that was custom, but yeah. Anyway, right.
I reckon you should. This is fixes the whole tattoo thing, right? You should have to go into a tattooist. I fill out a really binding form, saying exactly what you want, and then 365 days later, if you still want that exact thing, then you're allowed it.
You should, if you go to a decent tattooist, you get a fucking good time to think about it.
Yeah, because
the bookings.
There's a waiting list of about 11 months.
Oh, ours is the one Diablo in Ipswich is 5 months. So there's plenty of time to think about it, Richard.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Don't you think that's smart?
Yeah. No, there's a joke. Like there's a joke with people who have tattoos though, which is if you ring a tattooist and say, "I want this. Are you free tomorrow?" and they say yes, hang up immediately because they don't have it done.
They're not. They're not oversaturated yet, then.
No, they're not. They don't have a queue for a fucking reason.
To have a queue.
Yeah, that's bad reason.
But like, okay, fair enough. Well, that's funny, isn't it? That they're not oversaturated, whereas like every other shop in any town is a hairdresser's.
Yeah, that's true. There's also
ones will never be oversaturated.
I like tattooists who just go. My tattooist is Australian and he's superb and just says no. Sometimes somebody wanted all the lyrics that Enter the Sandman on their back, and he said, "What?" He went, "What do you want? All the lyrics of Enter the Sandman on my back." "Nah, love, you don't want that." He said, "Why don't you pick your favourite verse or something?" She said, "I want the whole thing, and you're going to do it because that's what I'm paying for." And she went, "Well, I'll tell you what, love, I'm fucking not. Because if I did that, A, you wouldn't be able to fucking read it, and B, I wouldn't be able to work for about 4 days, you silly cow."
I don't know if I've said this on the show yet or not, but today seems about as good a fucking time as any. Any good tattoo artist does whatever the fuck they want. You give them a picture, they're going to do whatever the fuck they want. So much so that I have 2 cocks tattooed on me.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it. You have told us you did it on the show.
Have I done the show?
Yeah.
Where the fuck are they? There.
You do have a penis.
There's a fucking knob. Right there. It is a part of a horn, but tell me that's not a knob. And what's worse, this one has gone into I can't fucking see it there, but that one goes into a...
They might be able to, mate. It's 1080p.
Like jizz coming out.
What am I vaping on? I'm changing everything this week. I won't be vaping on any of this next week because it's the same thing. I have got the Evolve Reflex. I've had my use out of it now. I may even give it away if I'm in the right mood.
Have you got a clean coil?
Mm-hmm. I've got 3. Is lemon crack. And in this, I can't stop vaping MoMA, which is coming back. They should be leaving today or tomorrow. MoMA. In the Dwar 16 on top of the MVP5. MoMA is one of the cleanest American liquids I've ever seen, ever. That coil is at least 14 days old. Vaped every day, and it's still clean. John Nathan.
MoMA?
Well, what? That's mango, orange, melon, apple.
Ah, right. I went for abbreviation.
Yeah. I asked John why, and he was like full New Jersey. He just went, "Well, I don't know. I quite like it." So. And I was like, "Why did you call the other one Mabacco?" "I don't know. Sounds good." I was like, "Okay, fair enough." He did a review of some Italian restaurants. He lives in Massachusetts now, and he just did a review earlier, which was just the menu. And he'd go in, "That's not Italian. That's not Italian. What the fuck is marinara ketchup? Are you a fucking dickhead?"
Does he sound like that?
Yeah, he does. He's New Jersey. I'll send you. He's on TikTok.
I'm sure he came on a Zoom after a show once. He didn't sound like that.
John Nathan's never been on a Zoom.
Oh, right. It must be someone else I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that's probably more Dino. I have to admit, I'm not that great. That's probably more Dino. Dino's more Bronx kind of Italian. Anyway,
sounds like Bronx and smoked 40 a day.
What are you drinking?
Oh, that's Nathan. Well, I'm
just put your thumb over it and just say punk.
I'm vaping punk. Yeah, no, I'm vaping alcohol-free punk, which explodes when you open it. That's going to put you off not drinking. You need a drink to get over the fact it's pissed everywhere. You probably open it and go, fucking hell, and then just have a real one, because you can't be bothered to clean up the fucking mess.
Are you sure you didn't just accidentally shake it?
No, I'm going to... The only way to do this is going to make a horrible noise.
Gave it a good shake, thinking, you know what, fuck this bastard. It's giving me shit this week.
Yeah,
I did this, and I need to open this can. So anyway, Richard, I'm going to ask you the questions, then I'm going to turn off the mic and answer it, because I'm going to have to make a really horrible noise to stop it pissing all over the floor. I have to drink the foam as it fires out. This sounds really bad. Whatever. Anyway, Richard, how's the week been? What are you vaping on? What are you drinking on?
Right. Excellent. Well, I'm just watching this now.
Oh, he went off camera. I really wanted a picture of him sucking foam. Oh, that little dribble down your chin looks...
Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
What the fuck do they do?
I don't know. It's unusual. TSV in the house. Hi to everyone in chat. Don't forget to... Oh, Morgantium's in as well. Thanks for coming. And smash that like button. And don't forget to flick it to live chat in the top of the chat thing so you don't miss what's going on. Scotty's here. Dion's here. Bob's here. Dave, Graham, everyone. Keith, everyone. Yes, that's a thing. Thank you for coming. Vaping and drinking on really random stuff tonight. I'm drinking a selection of beers from Donkey Stone Brewery.
I did Google it after you showed it.
Yes, these are these are what we call wife beers.
They are 3.8.
No.
Why are they wife beers?
My wife bought them.
I thought it had a reference to the donkey being on it.
Oh.
Yes. There's a picture of her. I don't actually know. No, she got...
Someone give us a time check on that, just for nothing. That's fine.
19 minutes.
Oh, excellent.
Yes. So yes, it's quite local to me. Sarah went to out of my beer shop and just grabbed some beers, and these are them. So
that sounds like that's a Christmas present for my mum. You know, you like beer. There's a bag over there. Oh,
well, it's kind of that's. She didn't get out. Beeradvocate.com.
No, I know. It's really sweet. I don't care if somebody.
I like it. Me. It'd be this or Stella.
Yeah, okay. Now I'm definitely
probably better than Stella.
It's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with this beer. All I want to make it clear is I didn't pick it. So Donkey Stone Brewing Co. I've just finished the American Pale.
Okay.
And now I am on for an American Pale. Not bad at all, actually.
I don't mind American Pale. It's all right.
Oh, there's some absolute shockers, though.
Yeah, I don't think... Was it 4% as well?
Yes.
Yeah, that's quite hard to get in American... Like, Shipyard's fucking disgusting. But that exists, and people like it.
The next one is actually a bit of a Travava. Oh, how do I... Cotton Clouds.
Oh, Chaffa-Tabba-Nama.
For a second... Oh, I'm not going to even finish that sentence.
And this one's just more of a... blonde, and it's got a little citrus to it as well, I think.
And what is that?
What
type of beer is it?
I think it's a blonde.
Oh, I know. I saw you got an amber ale. Yeah.
The last one.
Fucking pour the amber ale down the sink.
The last one's that one. Yeah, so that's the thing.
That's a thing. Like North Norfolk, Lincolnshire, they're into their amber ales.
Yeah, well, we'll see. But these two have been fine. These two have been absolutely fine.
Good. Could be good.
Vaping on some very random stuff. The K-Phone 21. which isn't too random, I guess. Rick's Squonker
Nice.
with a Haku. I'm also vaping on the Census from Innokin. We'll be talking about this later.
Oh yeah.
They finally
Is that
revealed.
the thing that comes in that giant box?
It came in this.
Alright. Now I keep seeing this picture of was it Innokin?
It was.
Some kind of plug and play semi-pod,
Yeah, a lot of them are doing that. I've just got one from Vape like that.
Okay.
But this one has brand new technology, and they finally revealed
brand new tech.
What that technology is. So we'll get into that a bit later, but that is the Census from Innokin, and yes, brand new tech on there. Very interesting indeed. Also got the new one from Vape, the Jackaroo AIO. It's basically Vape's attempt at a boost, an Aegis boost. But that comes with all the trimmings, and then Dead Rabbit, and then I'm just about to have my first vape on the Whirl S from UL.
Oh, that's a bit of a step back, kind of look-wise, but it could be good.
Reminds me of 2016.
Yeah, it does.
The Whirl tanks, the real tanks, before they made this, were really nice. So I'm hoping it's kept that, and it's just basically a starter stick. But we will see.
I'm interested in that. Well, they seem to have copied the what's it called?
Bosch.
One. Oh, that is a starter to start starters.
It couldn't be more simple. It could not be more simple.
I quite like that.
And the coils were good before, so I hope they'd be good again. But we'll see. I've only just started testing that. I'm not using this tonight because it's getting sorted, because that's the next review. So that's that. But that's all that. What's in the news, John?
Oh, he's there with the news. Someone just mentioned a beer that's very popular around here, especially with the older folks. A pint of Wherry. You hear that quite a lot if you're in the pub. A pint of Wherry, please. And then you put it on a radiator, and it's ready in about half an hour. It's quite good.
Tetley mixed with a tea here.
What's Tetley mixed?
It's half a pint of Tetley mild and half a pint of Tetley dark.
And you just chuck it straight in the bin?
No, you just drink it. If you're in your 80s, you drink it.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I didn't know anyone still made mild. I didn't even know it's the thing.
What, it is in your 80s? It's like a bowling club type drink, you know.
It's nice. Right, well, we're over to the old FT to begin with, the Financial Times, for those who don't know. It's quite interesting. Sorry?
I'll have already read this.
Might well have done. It's only
got my nose in the FT.
Day old.
Buy low, sell high.
Nailed it.
It is my recommendation. From what I've gathered off the FT in recent times.
He's doing a quote from Extras, by the way, Brad. Which is very funny because I didn't even see it coming. And it was a very nice, mild build as well. It's really good. And even got the stutter right as well, which is quite annoying. Perfect. The headline is British American Tobacco expects vaping to add a profit growth for the first time. British American Tobacco expects vaping and tobacco heating devices to contribute to a profit growth for the first time this year as demand for reduced risk products accelerates. The London listed group, are they still London listed? But Amsterdam, make sure we're up to date. The Amsterdam listed
well, I'm sure the FT looked into that.
I'm only joking. The London listed group on Wednesday said revenues from its new categories business, including the Vuse, Velo and Glow products, rose 15% in the year ending December.
I must say, that's the first picture I've seen of the Glow.
I've never seen it before either. Yeah, but that's not bad, is it? 1.5 billion added in a year. The profit. That's not bad.
And that is Central Europe. It's new addiction of heat not burn that's added that money.
Really is. And that comes up a bit
maybe
later.
People staying at home smoking more.
I'm
Heat
sure
not burn has been so huge in the rest of Europe and not in the UK, and they've got especially the further east you can get, the more popular it becomes, kind of thing.
Do you think that's because the UK has authentic reviewers who refuse to take money to...
It's actually...
Possibly, but it's also the lack of restrictions against vaping products here, I think.
Yeah, and it's because... And they are a tobacco product, because they tried to get them changed, but they didn't manage it. They are a tobacco product here. So in other countries, I think it's different. Because America often call it a vaping product, and it's not. I just thought it was quite interesting. It's still a small share of the overall revenues. They carry on, which last year reached 25.7 billion, growing just over 3% on an adjusted basis. But declining cigarette sales in wealthier countries have spurred the development of alternative tobacco products as the consumers' focus on health grows. I think it is really intriguing, and especially the margins in vaping and heat not burn are so huge on the refill, which is where all the money is. They effectively almost give away the unit, but they, like a printer, you got to keep going back to them for refills.
Yeah, true.
But I just thought it was interesting.
I honestly think, like, I know lots of people in vaping that aren't against heat not burn, and that's fine. It's an opinions game, isn't it, and all that. But I honestly feel like in 10 years, 15 years, with the heat not burn thing, we'll be all the way back to where we were before.
Yeah.
Look at the science. Look at the science on it. The real science on it. It's not great. It's not great.
I think it will be. I think you're being overgenerous. I think within 10 years, a lot of countries it will be banned. It will be part of.
They've literally fooled everyone again.
Yeah.
I honestly think that. It's amazing.
If you only take
amazing, genuinely.
As against vaping, harm reduction wise, vaping is 1/20th the danger of a cigarette at its worst, and the heat not burn simply is not.
If vaping just has not worked for you, I'm not against people trying it. If you've really given vaping a good go, I'm not against people trying it. But I genuinely don't hold any hope for the long-term results of heat not burn.
Me either. The chemicals that keep it going are a serious problem. They really are.
And it's the same dependencies.
Yeah, I will say just about there are specific devices that you can just use dried tobacco in, not these mini cigarettes. You can also use other dry products. Don't write them in chat. But that product that I know a few users of works well. But it does work well. It can be used for tobacco as well.
Is that really actually quitting?
No. I'm not. Again, I'm with Richard's thing. If you couldn't do anything else, and you like to heat not burn, then you might as well do that because it's even less. But it has problems. It doesn't have any flavourings because it's just tobacco. So it's not the problem with those heat sticks. They've got.
If you can't do anything else, aren't you the problem then, not the device?
Vaping doesn't work for everyone.
And I still vape after.
I think we have to accept that.
I'm coming up to my 9th year of vaping. So when people go, does it help you quit nicotine? Whoa. I never said that.
Yeah.
I don't smoke. I have no intention of stopping doing this.
Yeah, but that's a misunderstanding of the problem, isn't it?
Yes. Harm reduction is what the whole thing is. And
no, nicotine's great.
Oh, it's true, actually, yeah.
Nicotine's ace. There's no problem with nicotine. Nicotine's shit hot. They should put it in toothpaste like they did.
I think you mean tap water.
Fluoride,
but you mean tap water, not toothpaste.
I thought they put it in toothpaste.
Yeah, that's because that's what toothpaste is made of.
Water.
Soap and fluoride. Yeah, they put fluoride in tap water.
Yeah, they should do that with nicotine.
Well, it's a really good. It's a really good
and
appetite
caffeine.
suppressant. It's a really good appetite suppressant. Nicotine. And yeah, it curbs various things. But
I'd have more water if there's caffeine in it.
A lot of if you're one of these mad conspiracy nutbags, they're very concerned about fluoride. But
Yeah. There's a lot of boxing trainers don't let their boxers have it. Some sort of
I
similarity
grew
between
up
that
in
and rat
Africa
poison.
where all of our water is basically like 10% fluoride.
Right. He's fine. There's lots of people who think that.
Well, once you've carried it on your head back to the village, Brad, you might as well sup it.
Exactly.
A lot of people think that
a very strong neck.
that because they've tested stream water in the UK and it's got estrogen in it, and they think that's come from pill, the pill, but it hasn't.
Oh, right, go on.
It's runoff from giving it to farm animals is the problem.
This is a hell of a tangent. But
I know.
Does it still stand that men shouldn't drink tap water?
No. It doesn't matter what you're about to say. No.
There wasn't that. Didn't that circulate at one point?
It did. Yeah. It's a conspiracy. Right. It's bollocks. It's absolute nonsense. It wouldn't. It's gone.
Can you fill the fucking foreigner in here?
Oh, sorry. Right. So
the gay way.
So the lie was that reservoir water that had been tested from reservoirs was not a lie. It's got estrogen present in the water, and it was coming from the streams, and so it was assumed that the sewage runoff
was. My nipples are sensitive.
No, that's the other. Yeah. And
that is why, Brad.
The causal link is totally wrong. They think that it's women on the pill excreting it, it's going into the water system, that's getting into the streams, that getting into the reservoir, that not getting cleaned out, going to the tap water, right? But it's not in the end product, not to detectable, or it doesn't do anything. It's detectable, but it wouldn't do anything to you at all. But it isn't from that.
Estrogen than cocaine in the water.
Yeah. But it's from giving farm animals estrogen, not humans, and it's from piss, not anything else. It's from, and as soon as when I say piss, I just mean there's piss all over the field. It rains, and the water washes off into a stream. That's where it's come from. It's totally proven that. It's absolutely proven. There's no, they've checked it. That's the causal link.
We filter everything else, though. Why can't we filter that?
Yeah, you did.
All right.
It doesn't matter. There's lead in tap water, but a microscopic amount doesn't make any difference to anybody. It's fine. Well, anyway, tap water has 10 times more tests than Volvic, so it's up to you, really. Go whichever way you want.
My mouth completely and poured beer all over my balls.
Don't try and get in on my game, mate. What are you doing? Oh, I'll spill some beer on myself. No, John's got exploding cans. That's my bit today. Grocer.
I'm now sitting here soaking wet because I just poured beer on myself.
And pictures.
The Grocer has come out, and their story is that vape brand VPZ petitioned for essential status for the sector, this is the third go at this. Vape brand and retailer VPZ, this is the most. They've got more retail stores than anybody else now in the UK, haven't they?
VPZ.
Yeah, weirdly, it's true. They've probably even never heard of them.
No.
Yeah, they have. They've got more retail outlets, like vaping outlets. I'm not saying they're popular, but they exist. Vape brand and retailer VPZ has launched a petition to Parliament calling for the essential status for specialist vape stores. The petition wants stores to be allowed to open in a safe and controlled manner during lockdown. We are not understanding the impact of COVID-19 on our community, nor are we asking for a return to normal. Click and collect services, appointment-only operations, or only one customer in a store at a time. There are a number of safe and appropriate solutions to help vapers, but we aren't seeing sufficient movement towards any action, said Doug Mutter, director of VPZ. But we also know that they've been approached by both trade groups so far, which would be brain dead here. What have we got?
We've got UKVA.
VVVBT.
Yeah.
IBVTA.
IBVTA. They both approached Parliament, and they both had either a negative or a no answer. And they're going to continue to get that, especially.
It's too late now.
It is too late.
Although I will wish them all the best, and I fully support their cause. But yeah, it's the sort of thing. It's really, I totally get people's point on it. I just think these things move too slowly to sort out now.
Yeah, and you can't make any. It's very difficult to make progress in it without finding a foothold. You both have negotiated things in the past in business, and I have as well. And one of the things that I think is a great example of this is if you're going for planning or you're going for a product launch, and you get any kind of legal pushback against it, when you start looking into how you're going to tackle it, when I used to run other people's businesses, it was always looking for a foothold, like how are we going to take this apart, and then go from there and like aim the attack. But this is a blanket no. There's no.
Yeah. And
you would have to. There are other people who could creep in on this action, who could say, well, if they can do that, we can do this, and if they can do this, we can do that, without making it. And the UK VIA specifically said in their petition that they had no wish to make it a medical device, and it isn't a medical device.
Yeah.
And it's no foothold because we don't want it to be a medical device. It's a huge,
my level of pessimism has peaked, and other than the fucking absolute waste of time of all of this shit, really, and from the government side, run all the fucking petitions you like now. By the time they get around to sorting it out, lockdown will be over, so it'll be fucking null and void.
Yeah.
But
I think also if you're going to negotiate
at this
something
stage,
like
when
this,
they know there's no fucking chance of success, this is not a fucking money grab. They're pulling in donations to fucking go and represent. They're doing it for the fucking money now.
Well, VPZ, they've got a dog in the fight, so it makes sense for them. They may as well. They're big in Scotland, and I suppose it's really difficult, isn't it? I haven't got an argument because it'd always be a corporation tax deduction. Whatever you did, you might as well go, yeah, let's drive a bus there.
Well, it got their name on the show, and it got their name in the paper.
It did. VPZ weird. They don't get rarely any mentions. They started in Scotland, so Scottish vapers will know who they are. They're hated quite a lot.
Yeah, but all the big guys are.
VPZ could start selling groceries in the shops too. That's quite true. John Malcolm's got a good point. VPZ could simply start selling groceries in their store.
There's a little startup clothing retailer down the road here in the old high street. Sells custom branded T-shirts and hoodies. They started selling bread, milk, and eggs.
You're not covered though. They have explicitly said you're not covered.
I know.
Yeah, that's fine. I get it.
No one's fucking stopping him.
Yeah.
I completely sympathise with vape shops, and I support the idea of them being open, but I think it's too little, too late. I'm afraid.
Yeah, and if you can do what you can do, so I had an appointment this morning at 9:05 with a customer for the thing to be outside the shop and me to hold the card reader against the window, and it happened, and it went through. I was like, what time do you want to pick it up?
But Scotland have stopped that, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. But I was like, you sure? 9:05? Seems a bit early. Don't do that. Come on, it's lockdown living. I don't want to get up. Vaping, sorry, didn't cough straight down the mic. Vaping post, we'll go for the last one. This will do as the last one because it's worth it. UK, oh shit, let me just double check that. This was the one I wanted to do. Yes, it was. US study says that vaping alters the body's response to viruses. But this is from the Vaping Post, and it's certainly worth just grabbing. Oh shit! I just remember what the last thing is, and we ought to read it. But
we will read it.
We will. That's okay.
We got plenty of time.
Good all night, baby.
The study titled "E-cigarettes. E-cigarette use alters nasal mucosal immune response to live
Easy for you to say.
attenuated influenza virus (LAIV). Aim to determine the relationship between vaping, smoking, and the likelihood of contracting COVID-19.
I won't lie, my nose feels altered.
There has been a lot of questions in the field as to whether e-cigarettes and cigarette use is beneficial or damaging or problematic in terms of COVID. And we really haven't had a good answer, says the lead study author, Megan Rubili, an assistant professor at the UNC Department of Pediatrics, in an interview quoted by the News and Observer. So what we end up with is a very similar study to the lung cell study and the mucus studies that have been done previously, talking about a changed virus response. But because it's the Vaping Post, this is, by the way, this has been covered by a lot of people, and you are going to see this study. So you need to kind of remember that the Vaping Post did it. Flick back if you're watching, you need something to refer to get the response. Here we go. Our results demonstrate that e-cigarette use altered nasal LAIV immune responses, including gene expression, cytokine and chemokine release. Together, this data suggests that e-cigarette use induces changes in the nasal mucosa consistent with the potential of an altered respiratory antiviral host defense function. Read the study abstract. And this is the important paragraph. However, the researchers failed to specify whether the vaping participants were previous smokers, as is the case with most vapors, or even dual users. Therefore, given findings from previous studies, many harm reduction experts would argue that the negative response could have been caused by the lingering after effects of smoking. But it's great to see that in a paragraph, to go, well, wait.
Yeah.
You're calling them vapors. Are they doing anything else? Oh, we didn't check. What the fuck? Yeah, so it's to complete.
Did they use cocaine?
Yeah. Did they smoke before this? It's like, that's the other thing.
Tricky.
When last did they snort a Tide Pod?
Yeah, but we can't get these studies, the long-term studies, impossible. We've all said previously on the show that as a case study, I'm no use. I smoked for 20 years. If you said,
I think if you've vaped for 3 years and not touched a cigarette, that's fairly valid.
Unless
they reckon it's a couple of years to repair the lungs, don't they?
So, okay, so say something like
the lungs, but the nose and the throat and.
Well, that's where it gets like into total bullshit. Isn't it?
Well, this whole fucking thing is all about how
I know,
but
you missed another really.
But I thought you'd gone on to generalise the studies and using vapors. We're going to have to use vapors in studies, or else otherwise you're declaring vaping unstudyable.
Yeah. If I had a cardiogram tomorrow and an MRI of my heart, and they found the defect. I've never had a cardiogram in my life. I've never had an MRI in my life. If you were to say that it was caused by vaping, it would be inadmissible because I'd never had it checked before. And heart cells do not regenerate. So it's of no use at all. I could have had that damage, or it could have been there from birth. It could have happened when I was 5 years old. It might have happened through the 20 years of smoking. It's of no use at all. Brain cells being similar. I don't have any left.
Scan somewhere. I might share that. Show you what my lungs looked like 10 years ago. I'll go get another one next week.
My dad had an MRI scan 2 years ago, and it came up with it's fine, by the way. It's not like one of those like. So that was drum roll. He's got a tumor in the muscle, his abdominal muscle wall, and the first thing the MRI came out, and they went, "Oh, there's a tumor there," and he went to go and see a specialist, and the specialist went, "Don't worry about it." And he said, well, why? It could be. And he went, like 99.9% of the time, they're benign. And he said, okay. And he said, and when was your last MRI scan? He said, well, I've never had one before. And they went, right. So it might have been there since you were 5 years old. It's almost worse that you know it exists. It doesn't do anything.
I thought MRI was brain.
MRI, sorry, what am I doing about? No, Magnus, no, resonance imaging.
You can have it on anything.
Whole body.
Oh, right, cool.
His was because
I don't want to go in one of those little tubes.
That was
in
it.
the movies, it's always on your brain, but
yeah.
You can have one.
He had it because he'd got
magnetic resonance imaging.
Yeah, I knew I was. He fucked his CAT scans. You read? He'd fucked his knee up, and he couldn't get it on the NHS. Well, he could, but there was 14-month waiting, and my dad's 72, so they wouldn't jump in. They had to wait. So he checked, and the funny thing was they got the scan, went back, and they went, yeah. And he said, so what is it, doctor? And they went, that's fucked. And he went, sorry? And he went, you're old as shit. That's just arthritis. Can we do anything? Oh, not really. Just don't use it that much. So I'm quite concerned. He's probably going to have a knee replacement because it turns out he does use it. The last one is, I'm going to get it down though. There's a brilliant response. An open letter, this was, in Canon and AIDA, An open letter from Daryl Tempest, Executive Director of the Canadian Vaping Association. And he draws some parallels when he's talking about COVID and vaping. And I thought they were quite interesting things.
Well, I did this a year ago and got called a bigot.
Were they wrong?
No, but clearly I had a point.
For the better part of the last decade, advocates have fought for vaping to be recognised as a harm reduction tool for adult smokers. In the time since, science has caught up with the industry's message, and vaping has been recognised by all health organisations as far less harmful than smoking. Yet, despite the overwhelming evidence concluding that vaping is less harmful, smokers and society at large are still being sent mixed messages by the government and misleading information by the media to support a sensationalistic narrative. Canada has a strong history of supporting other types of harm reduction, with the response to the opioid crisis being a great example. The harm reduction lens is again being applied to COVID-19, with Canada's implementation of a highly controversial response. The country shut down businesses, closed schools, mandated safety plans for employers, and restricted travel. These measures, while extreme and controversial, were implemented following a thorough scientific review, which determined they were necessary for public health. To date, COVID-19 has taken the lives of 21,311 Canadians. These are just two examples of Canada leading effective harm reduction policies. So this is the opioid crisis and that. Regardless of the controversy surrounding them, for the betterment of public health, vaping has been scientifically proved to be the most effective cessation method for smoking, an addiction that claims the lives of 45,000 Canadians each year. Despite smoking being Canada's leading cause of a preventable illness and premature death, the government's response to vaping has been dangerously inadequate. And there's many more paragraphs than that, but I thought it was summed up best in the first three. And you do think, this is what I'm talking about, finding a foothold in an argument, where you go, whoa, why aren't we doing this? Well, we don't know how safe it is. Oh, I think we do, because we've checked, and it is, and that's killing. So COVID, Canada has done total lockdowns, and they've done citywide lockdowns, and they've done it instantly after picking up the example from New Zealand. But they still lost 21,000 people, but they normally, smoking kills 45,000 people, so we're still going to lose those 45,000. In the UK, we're currently running a figure of 115,000 people a year, and we're still having these fucking arguments about something we know to be effective.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. 100% agree with it. It's difficult. It's a difficult comparison, and I understand that. But there are lives to be saved here. We have the tool. It's back to the heat not burn thing. It's like, oh, I've got a headache. Well, we have this thing called paracetamol, and it's really good at getting rid of a headache. Or we could just give you a quarter of a paracetamol. Do you want a quarter of a paracetamol? It might work. It could work. It's like, so heat not burn is like the quarter of paracetamol. Vaping is the paracetamol. It is the real solution to this problem, and I'm surprised. I think we're more for it in the UK because of the National Health Service. It's in our interest in this country to prevent disease.
It's weird though. There is a balance. You need currently, with the way the budgets work, you currently need a certain section of the population to be smoking to be paying the tax. With the tax needs paying.
Yeah, I know.
I agree with you. I agree with you totally. I will say, if you're a smoker,
that money doesn't go direct to the NHS. It's not ring fenced.
No. But if you are a smoker and you live, if you started smoking at 16, you work till you were 65. You can effectively never cost the government any money. That's always been a really weird. If you worked full time from the age of 18 to 65 and smoked 20 a day, and ended up being treated for a smoking-related illness, you effectively could never use the money that you've paid. It's impossible.
No, that's true. But there are other ways to recoup that tax.
Oh, absolutely, and it's no argument
without straining the NHS.
You just don't need that. See, that's a false foothold that people use. Do you know how much smokers cost them? Fuck. Yeah, I do.
Oh, and I've never agreed with that. I've never agreed with that.
It's a fallacy. You're a fucking idiot. Why you stop people smoking so they don't fucking die? the end.
The dream for the NHS is just randomly people drop dead.
Yeah,
and there isn't anything they can do about it.
Yeah, or you work from the beginning of your working age, and then you die the day after you retire of an illness that is very fast. That works quite well, and there's no treatment.
But yes, I get the comparison. There's more that could be done. Governments could do more about this, but was it that American senator that called smoking the golden goose?
Matt Emery's just made a point that we've made on the show, though. He just said if everyone in the UK changed from smoking to vaping, they would tax the shit out of it. Absolutely.
Well, and Scotty says in chat, in where he lives, they've just added a 23% vaping tax.
That is so fucking high. If we could get away with a much lower tax, like 10%, you would have so much more power as vapers in the UK. There really would be a huge amount of power.
Yep.
Now you matter because you're paying for shit.
Yep. So that's all good. Okay. Right. We're gonna look at. We're gonna have a chat with Brad at some point.
Definitely.
Catch up with where he's been.
You have to.
Yeah, we
probably.
want to know what's been going on, Brad. But
Lots of wanking in the dark.
Wanking in the dark.
Yeah.
Whose album?
Myself.
Whose album is that?
It's Pink Floyd.
Isn't that Deep Purple?
Tonight, singing live, wanking in the dark. It works. That could be a band name.
Well, it's better than bread.
That was the test. I did the test, Richard. You have to be able to shout it.
Yep. Right. Okay. So we are going to look at some new stuff, but first we are going to look at this, the Innokin Census.
Are we looking on the screen, or are we looking with you?
I've flashed it up on the screen for the peeps. Okay. This is Innokin Census. Now, I don't know how well Innokin's attempt at hype has cut through to our circle of vaping people. But what they have done, Innokin, is released a new mod which had a secret new function that was hidden behind a password.
Oh, that's got clever now.
So there's a whole new feature on this device. Elder Reviewers got this device 2 weeks ago, but there was a feature that the reviewers couldn't access on the mod because the reviewers didn't know the password for this feature, and it's the Find F thing. So it's the Innokin Census, but it's also got this Find F brand all around it.
The password wasn't wanking in the dark, was it?
Find F. No, it was minus on.
That's Infinite Lives on GTA.
It was, but that's the same kind of thing. It's the same kind of principle. So you've got this Find F as well as the actual name all the way through it, and it's been a big thing. Or they've tried to make it a big thing. I don't know how. Like I say, I genuinely don't know how well it's cut through.
I've seen it. Until you told us.
If anyone in chat knows what I'm on about at all, that'd be great. Just say in chat, you know what I'm on about. So a brand new feature. Now they asked several reviewers. I think Mark was one, or maybe he just did it of his own bat. Matt Cully definitely was asked to do an unboxing, mention that there's a feature that they can't do, and then say that they're going to come back and review it in the future. But now they have released that code for reviewers. For the review samples, have a special code that's different to the mainstream public release code, so it's not like you can copy it. Now, the new feature, Find F. Okay, I'm not a scientist. It's the sort of thing that would be really good. Our old friend Daniel DJ LSB might be the person to actually break this down into understandable science. Effectively, what they are done with this new feature, stick with me here, they've changed from the original way of electronically powering the coil, DC, direct current, direct powering the coil with a single thing. They have changed this to sort of multiple variable coil. I can't remember what it's called. It's like AIDA or something like that. Adaptive something powering the coil. So what basically, it's literally heating the coil of electricity differently than we've ever done before. The upside of that is you can actually select the hertz that the waveform is hitting the coil with. Now, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to do that? They say that with this feature you can affect the way the flavour tastes, but also hitting it with multiple waveforms actually preserves the life of the coil. So if you picture yourself dry burning a coil on a mech mod and you see it go vroom, vroom, and you take it off, so you're putting more strain on the centre of the coil than the outer, because that's feeling the heat more. So this, they're saying, and I'm like I say, not scientific enough to know what really is going on. They say that by heating it up in a more broad sense, in a more...
Feeling made me laugh by putting heat flux part 2.
Yes, it's got that feel to it, hasn't it? But if I try and
you can feel yourself.
If I try and break it down now the best I can, then when people do see the reviews and stuff, they'll kind of know what. Yeah. So they say generally just heating the coil with these ways obviously changes the vape depending on which hertz range you've chosen, but also protects the longevity of the coil because it's not getting strained in the middle.
I think their marketing department should try and patent your finger waves.
I can't think of another way of doing it. So I am in Find F mode right now, and I don't think the camera will be able to do it, but I am currently 25 watts, but I am currently 156 hertz, and I can go into this option, pick the Find F, and I can change that all the way up to 416 hertz. So I've just changed from 156 hertz to 416 hertz.
What wattage did you say that was at?
25 watts, but I don't know how much of that is. I don't know what the correlation between this watts and hertz thing, but it's supposed to be the same. So this is the new thing. This is their new thing. They say that it improves coil life, and it's generally a good thing. Is the thing?
Didn't they say it improved flavour? So
they say that if you take the time, there's no hard and fast rule like 25 watts is hotter than 15 watts. There's no hard and fast rule like that. They say if you take the time to experiment with the frequencies, you will find the perfect frequency for the coil for the juice that you're using.
Sorry, I looked down, just put anti-Fairchild, put nope, I'll say it again, bollocks.
I'm reporting. This isn't my opinion here. This is I'm reporting the what I've been told, really. So like I say, I've just changed it from 150 hertz to 416 hertz. I can genuinely say, I hope it's not too big a spoiler, I can't tell a difference at all between the 156 and the 416 hertz. I can't tell a difference. It hasn't seemed to change this juice and this coil enough for me to be able to notice.
So it's marketing mumbo jumbo is what you're saying.
It seems a lot of trouble to go to just for marketing. The other thing, I'm really trying to vape this a lot to see if there is a coil life difference, because obviously that's the big claim. If this can do like 100 ml of juice, that is significant. No Innokin coil has ever done more than 50.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay,
so I'm trying. I'm putting juice and juice and juice.
But is that a coil that? Is it a coil that goes into something else?
Yeah. Yes. You can. I can turn this Find F mode off and turn it straight back to normal wattage.
Is that what you're going to do?
Whatever it gives it before. If I did that, for example, now.
No, because I meant for a straight experiment, you'd want to leave it in Find F all the time and then do it again with another coil.
If I just do normal wattage mode, 25 watts now. Again, I don't see any difference. Yes, I'm vaping loads and loads of it. I'm trying to get to see when it dies and see if it's more than what Innokin usually can achieve.
Richard Jack's asking, but I don't think you've got one. You don't have a scope, do you?
I don't have an oscilloscope, no.
No, I don't know if there's no 510 on it.
I don't think that would help, though.
No.
I don't not believe them that they've changed the. I do believe that they've changed this, the way this works. What I doubt is what this actually could do. The next test, so I'm vaping as much milliliters as I can for this to see when it dies. That's my first test.
It's very popular in chat right now.
Hey,
sounds like horse shit.
This could be the new big thing. I don't know. So
But
I'm
chat
vaping lows.
echoes the pessimism in.
But would
nothing.
would chat be more interested if I said I've done 200 mil of juice in here?
I think they would.
We haven't. It hasn't died yet. Let's just see how far.
But you'd have to do the same coil again in voltage and see if it makes any difference.
No coil head has ever done 200. It would be.
No,
an
but you've
instant
never
win.
used that coil.
No,
that
but
they
it
might
would
have
be
got.
an instant win.
No, it's not.
What do you mean? What do you mean? If
It's
this
no
device-
result.
What coil's in there right now?
What coil is in there right now?
The one that comes with it.
Yeah, a 0.23.
But it's no. You've not got that coil in anything else. It's no experiment.
No, I would have to test it in straight wattage and see how long it lasted.
That's what I'm saying.
But wouldn't you be a bit interested if it lasted 200 milliliters of
yeah,
juice?
in the coil, not the thing.
No, but if the reason is because of this.
Oh, exactly.
powering
Yeah,
method,
absolutely. Sorry, yeah,
This
we
is-
got crossed.
I want to see when it dies, and then
wattage
it
it.
might be a thing. The next thing is this does come with a 510 adapter, so
Right.
I
So you could attach
can use this with rebuildables. So I should be able to use the new power source mode Find F with actual coils I've made, proper coils that I've made, and I want to. And so the next thing I want to do is I want to see if I can taste the difference on a really beefy, like RDA, and with say the K foot. I want to see if because obviously these
It
coils
feels
always
like-
do taste the same, so
Remember when 3D TVs came out? I remember talking to a friend of mine who's like a TV specialist.
they really
and I
were
went,
3D TVs though.
Yeah, but I said,
This
is
potentially
it worth?
nothing.
I said, is it worth it? And he went, is it fuck? Why the fuck would you
They're
want
dead
that?
in the water now, 3D TVs.
Well, that's what he said. He said they've just added it so that people buy a new TV. And I said, so you don't need it? He said, of course you don't fucking need it. Don't bother. And I went, oh, fair enough.
People, Scotty says in chat, smash it with a hammer and be done with it. I honestly, I'm happy to try this out. I'm more than happy to see. Innokin aren't your usual bullshit outfit. They've got a long-standing track record of doing the best they can. I want to see what happens with this. The thing that's putting me off is that I can't tell any difference between the entire frequency range in this tank, in this vape. But that doesn't mean it's bollocks. It just means I can't tell. And if this does a bucket ton of juice before dying, that in itself is a win.
Oh, definitely.
So
once you've done the second bit.
Yeah, but I've never had a coil head do 100 mil. So if it does 100
Exactly.
mil,
So we'll be really impressed with the coil head.
yes.
Until you prove it's not the coil.
Yeah, but even then,
Really
if they said they haven't changed a thing, but now their coil heads can do 100 mil, that's still
brilliant.
good, isn't it?
I'm interested, and then I don't understand why they've bothered with the other bit.
No,
Yeah, it's
but
fine.
then if I turn it into straight wattage mode the whole time,
Yeah.
and it only lasts half of that, then they're onto something, aren't they?
Isn't it bad that we can? Because we're like, I know we're just pissing around, but like, Innokin are actually don't do that badly with coil heads. They are much worse than 50 mil, and you think, fuck, life's shit, isn't it? Jesus Christ! Like 50 mil would last me 5 days, 25 days. 25 days. Yeah.
This whole how many milliliter can it do thing has all come about because of the really cloudy subtanks.
Yeah.
Because if coils from 2016 could only do coils from 2016, 30 mil was fine, 20 mil was fine. It would last a week, whatever. Now it's like some people do that a day, so they'd be changing the coil head every day, and that's £2.50 a day.
Big Tom was on like 500 mil a day. I mean, you just
Is he still on?
Is he drinking this?
don't know.
The other thing, as a side note from last week's discussion on this, is I can't get the rubber bung out to turn it into a higher capacity. That is not going anywhere. So you would have to source a bigger tank from elsewhere. It looked like they've done it on purpose to be hackable. It's not. It's really not.
Gareth Martin says per rebuildable coil and see if the Hertz heats it up differently. It won't, is what he said.
No, I am going to try rebuildables on here as well.
Okay.
Just because a big chunky Clapton, it might be more noticeable, the difference in the heating method. But we shall see. So that's that. Okay, I don't know if that's. If someone completely changes the way a coil heats up, we've got to talk about it on the show.
It's true. I do like the fact that chat have just given up. This is what happens. We did the heat flux. I tried micromorts, and they're like, "Shut the fuck up and move on."
Okay. It's probably because we teased new stuff. Let's now show new stuff.
Chat's borderline about to pay us.
Whoa. No, wait. I'm going to open another can and turn the mic off. So that'll keep him watching. Just for a second.
Go on. This is great. This is great TV. Timestamp this.
Yeah,
6 minutes past 10.
On his face. A good facial.
Worst porno ever.
Yeah. He missed his face.
Making him laugh doesn't help. There's some left in it. There's some left in it. Right. New stuff.
Fuck.
Right. So, it is Chinese New Year. Happy New Year if you are Chinese. Watching this. Better late than never. The first thing, let me know when it's on screen, by the way.
In China? Oh, it's not on there yet.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying happy
I know.
New Year to Chinese people.
I know, I'm with you. They're asleep.
It's up.
There's some people watch this in China land, actually.
I agree, but they're asleep.
What? Yes, but they will hear me say Happy New Year when they watch it back.
Oh, good point.
Fucking hell. They'll hear me say that as well.
Fucking hell.
Well, don't swear again.
Based on the Instagram video, they watch you in the office on mute.
Yeah, which is just terrifying. Terrifying. That was terrifying.
Right.
Can you see it now?
I can't. I've got me opening a can of beer.
Right, we're very close then. Anyway,
no, we're there.
The first thing that's new is this. I showed this last week, actually. It's the OBS Wanna. However, I was really sceptical last week about this non-existing 510 to use it as a normal mod. I get suspicious when companies tell me there's going to be something, but there's no physical evidence of it existing. But now there is evidence. They've clearly put a tank on that mod. So there is going to be a 510 for the Wanna.
It's a good-looking mod as well. I still stand by that.
It's a really nice mod in the hand. It's really, really nice in the hand.
This was what I said last week, and I stick by it. It's a really good pub mod. It's a shame the pubs are shut. And don't forget, if you didn't see last week or whatever, as pointed out brilliantly in chat, I can't remember who it was, the drag tanks fit in this as well. So if you like your Voopoo drags, they fit in there here too. So that's that. The next one is one, again, we talked about last week, but we didn't really know what was going on. Just a quick note on this one. This is the Abyss AIO, and we showed it in AIO mode last week. But here's a new picture from DovPo showing it clearly as a side-by-side with a normal tank. That's the Ether RTA from Bogan. Just a quick heads up to Patrick and Graham in chat who said, it's on screen, I can see it. We're talking behind you. So it doesn't help.
Yes.
But thanks, anyway.
Yes, so the Abyss that everyone's really hyped about, yes, it clearly shows you can fit a normal, proper RTA on it. And not only that, I think I'm right in saying Mark Todd has now done a full review of this device. So if you're still super pumped on it, still curious, I think it's a stunning looking little thing.
I'm really glad to see no pleather.
Yes.
And no fucking carbon fibre.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Absolutely. I think it's a cracking looking thing. It clearly does what it's meant to do. Now we've seen both pictures. And Mark's done a review. So if you're still hyped on this, I haven't got this, I'm not getting this. Definitely check out Mark Todd's review of that, if that's what you want to see.
Frank Wise has just said that they're looking at March for the second batch.
Yes, they'll have to recover from New Year. A lot of factories in China, half of their staff don't return after Chinese New Year, so they have to do a big mad recruitment drive and then retrain everyone and all
the
that.
Newest Behemoth is on the screen right now.
Yes, this is the Blade. The Blade, I think we might have shown a picture before, but it was a render. This is the real thing. This is the Umie Blade. Variable wattage monster. So that's one whole big screen, that whole thing. But it's just, effectively, it's a dual battery, variable wattage.
A little bit like Wesley Snipes.
Yes, yeah. It's
Very
definitely
stoic
inspired by
face.
that. Inspired by
It probably pays its taxes.
the Daywalker. He's probably paid him now.
Yeah, he did. Oh, he's going to go to prison.
Bless him.
Yeah,
Bless him.
it's only little.
If you're watching, Wes,
big up, man.
yeah, we still love you. We don't care about tax. So this is this. Oh, a very quick note that I have just I've put this one up. BP Mods, the Bushido V3 RDA and the Bushido mod. I have done a review for this. That was.
It's a ninja, isn't it?
Yesterday.
A Bushido. I remember a PC game from the 80s called Bushido.
I'm sure it means like fighting stick or something like that.
Yeah, it could do. Yeah, or a sword or something. Someone's got to tell us.
Yeah,
There'll be somebody.
some cunt will know. So yes, one thing I like about this picture is, do you remember me saying, I've boxed mine up now, but do you remember me saying it was like a shell suit, too matchy,
Yes.
double denim or triple denim or whatever I said? That's the perfect example of what it should look like in the picture. Stainless steel with a green body, not all one colour. I think that looks really nice in the picture. And it's a nice little thing. The RDA is very, very nice. And they've announced there's going to be a reducer kit for the RDA for a proper, authentic, low wattage squonk vape.
Better as well. Much better with a smaller RDA.
Yes, so that's a thing. This is brand new from iJoy. This is the Sig Pet Capo
What?
Monster Guardian series.
Sig?
iJoy Sig Pet Monster Guardian series. I'm not sure if
Oh, Christ, that's bad.
this is very iJoy. This is very iJoy. So if you like your monsters, if you like your monsters, and you like your
It's very. How would you convince somebody that's not aimed at children?
because a lot of adults are very immature.
Touche.
I don't know. These things do all right, you know.
Oh yeah, I just mean that's a difficult
It's
one.
not for me at all.
No.
Also, from the picture, I don't see. I really hope it's not a built-in battery.
Don't see a door though.
No, exactly.
We got an answer to Bushido from Francomizer.
Oh, thank you.
Bushido, a moral code concerning samurai attitudes, behaviour, and lifestyle.
That's nice. Perfect.
He has copied and pasted that.
Oh yeah, he's
from
copied and pasted the
Wikipedia.
shit out of it, but we didn't do it. He's a
Yeah,
fucking
someone's got
genius.
Google. That's brilliant. No, that is nice. It is nice when people fill us in on stuff like that.
Thanks, Frank.
Although John Malcolm disagrees, he says it's distilled Steven Seagal.
Scotty Bugfoot thinks the mod is great if you're 11-teen.
Yes. I certainly wouldn't purchase it, and I'm not receiving it. So there we
Throat
go.
Wobbler Mangrove is the direct translation from Frank.
What?
Yeah, you've got to be careful with the
Wobbler
direct
mangrove.
translations.
Yes.
So yes, that's the new stuff. Obviously a lighter thing with
I think
China
Throat
being
Wobbler
hollow.
Mangrove would have been a perfect marketing strategy.
That's a good name for a band. Singing live, Frank Wobbler Mangrove! And they're out. Frank Wobbler Mangrove, they're out. We love her. Ooh, come on, guys.
Oh, Robert Riggin in chat says, I don't know how he's come by this so quickly, but he's obviously a man in the know. The V3 Bushido, people are getting into this RDA. It's really squonky. It's really sort of our scene. You know, your Hadleys, your Air Matties. He says the Bushido V3 mouth to lung kit, which is what I was on about before, they're extremely tight fitting, at least on the black one, but definitely give a true mouth to lung. So there's very thin on the ground, true mouth to lung squonk RDAs. So although there might be some fitting issues, it's another tick in the box of that RDA, which is very cool. So thanks for that, Rob.
Damn straight, that was a copy and paste, says Francomizer. We deep respect, mate. Deep respect.
No,
we
it's
didn't
still
fucking
that's
do
what
it.
we need. We need a researcher on hand all the time.
Yeah, perfect. Because we just say
We'll
any
see
old
you
shit.
same time next week.
Right.
Otherwise, we get Richard talking about Hertz for fucking ages.
Hey, I
Jesus, that
was.
does
I know you did.
had
You
to
know
do
you
that.
did. I know you
Had to
did.
do that.
There's no. We've all tried it. It's really so
You
difficult.
were contractually obligated to go on about it for 27 minutes.
It's so difficult to try and make something like that interesting.
Not from Innokin. I want to point out, Innokin didn't ask me to say that, any of that. I feel obliged as an industry commentator, which is what I am.
Yeah,
To
definitely.
explain to everyone what the fuck's going on with the fine.
I would say industry. What's my jigo? Influencer. I would say.
Yeah, influencer. Although, I think I give a pretty straight play.
You did.
No, I think in general I play a pretty straight bat. Although I do influence people if I like it, I guess.
But everybody today has far many just pissing around. I think it's unbelievable that you are not like the biggest or second biggest in the UK. That's just me. Bias as fuck, but it's true. You say things straight, and I don't understand.
No, it depends what you want. It's an entertainment game, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Brad, what's been going on?
Yes, darling.
Why have you not been around? What's going on?
Nothing. I've been sat here waiting for you to send me the fucking link for the show every Thursday.
Every Thursday. You don't know when Thursday is.
No,
so you just sat there all week.
I've been sat in this fucking office wondering what day of the week it is for the last 10 months.
I don't know how many times that was actually true when you were a host on the show. A couple of times actually having to ring you. You all right, Brad?
No, for like 6 weeks in a row we had to say it's Thursday. Yeah. Like that just became a thing. It's Thursday, Brad.
It was a running joke.
Well, one day he got totally set up on a Wednesday. Do you remember?
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
Where
Wednesday was a Tuesday.
Guys, where's the link? Where's the link to what? The show. It's Tuesday. Oh fuck!
I had planned it all out. I had started day drinking. I was fucking humming already.
I felt bad because you had this really good idea for something that we should bring up on a show, and you'd mention it on that Wednesday, and I didn't twig that you were already in Thursday mode. I just thought you were generally.
He's ready. He's prepared.
Yeah. And then when I heard when you said you were all set.
You thought for a change, Brad is planning a day in advance and not 45 minutes before the show starts.
That's what I'm talking about. But then I realised
you should have known. Brad never plans 45 minutes in advance.
So, but the truth is, you've got a whole new work venture thing, and you've told people about it in the group a little bit, haven't you? But you've been pouring into that basically. That's the reason.
Basically, 100% of my time's been going into it. Most of the people in the group sort of know. A couple of the guys know really well. I'm a financial advisor. I'm a mortgage advisor mortgage protection advisor for a couple of the OMEs. And essentially what I've gone and done is I've attempted to program myself out of a job. So I've created a computer program to do my job for me so that I can come back to the show and not have to worry about my hangover in the morning because I won't actually have anything to do.
Yeah. A machine
That's the simple version, and we're launching end of the month. We're currently in negotiations with a few venture capitalist companies to raise some funds and hopefully get some funds in the next sort of 2-3 months and then scale the operation.
It's really difficult without going into a Hertz issue or micromorts.
I'm trying very hard.
No. From me. I meant from me. I was going to say something. I was just going to say that we, having spoken about it on the show before, and not trying to sell you, Brad, but I'm just trying to talk about life insurance. If you own a house, if the last year hasn't shown you to double check your life insurance, you really
life insurance and, like you say, mortgage
protection. Yeah, just check. Just check it. Just talk to somebody. Check it.
I've been in the industry for 17 years. It is horrendously boring. You cannot talk about this.
Everything's fucking boring.
If anyone watching this, I don't know a nicer bloke I'd rather deal with about this kind of thing. So, drop me an email and I'll put you through Brad, or drop PM Brad or something, because he's really good at this stuff and he's a really nice guy, as opposed to a pushy salesman, which some of them are.
This is my phone calls with Brad.
The computer is better at it than me.
This is my phone calls with Brad as my insurance broker. Brad goes right. So the thing is, the money, it kind of goes through the. Do I have to give a fuck about anything that you're saying? No, it's just I thought you could. I don't care. Am I covered? Yeah, no, you're fine. You don't have to listen to this. Good. All right, mate. Speak to you soon. Bye. That's the whole
not even
fucking
fucking joking. That is literally verbatim a conversation I've had with him.
I don't
Trying
care.
to give him
Fuck off.
vitally important information.
But I don't need it. I've already covered. It's like
Come on.
I had a
Don't
different
fucking tell me
broker
any
before
details.
Brad, and I drove him mental.
Yeah.
If you collect the points, you could spend it on a watch. And I said, I could get a fucking paper round. I'm not gonna. Let's not get onto this. Fuck off.
You couldn't get a paper round.
Well, it paid more than the points, so it made sense to get a paper
You
round.
couldn't get a paper round.
I would pay good money to see you on a bicycle.
I'm
getting
no. What paper shop
But
would
you're
take John
getting
on?
a fucking electric
What paper shop?
No
Come
paper
on.
shop. I'll pay them. Take me on. And give me a couple of
They'd
quid
be
back.
incredibly suspicious.
The last paperboy in my last job for the whole building was a 60-year-old man with a van and who had like 8 rounds. And I just thought, and everybody was like, do you think that's better? And I was like, no, it's not. You're taking a fucking 14-year-old's money. It's not okay. You're a fuckhead.
I wonder what a paperboy gets paid now.
Used to be, I don't know, 7 quid for a weekly round in
He doesn't get
2000.
paid shit because we all read out.
Yeah, but it
stuff
doubles
on
every decade,
these
doesn't it?
things.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he's probably getting paid more than I fucking did. I used to get paid
Doubles every
£3.50 for
decade,
the free
He's only
papers.
delivering 2 fucking newspapers to the pensioners around the corner.
In
Yeah, it's
America,
true.
it's so cool in America that they just throw it.
Only in some places.
Only in the 80s movies.
I just think that's ace. What a job.
Yeah, but what if you've got to go up that ramp, jump over, and you hit a cat?
Yeah,
That's
no.
not good.
Or really quickly move side to side.
Did you ever play Paperboy, Brad?
On the Game Boy.
God, no.
No, I played it on the Commodore 64 Paperboy. It's awesome. There's loads of you get an emulator for it.
The only thing we
Anyway.
fucking played was Mario Brothers.
Yeah, Mario Bros.
Oh, I forgot. We haven't had Brad on since you did the really. We kind of choked Brad up over Christmas. Brad was the deliverer of all your food for the raffle for the food
Oh
bank.
shit, yeah.
Brad
Forgot
went
about
around
that.
the supermarket and bought it all.
And then
and
after
then
that,
he-
we have to ask him what his lockdown's been like, COVID and stuff.
Oh,
We'll
absolutely.
just have to-
But that was how we emotionally upset Brad at Christmas.
You did rather.
It was a deal, weirdly. It came up because Brad and I had been talking about food banks. We wanted to do something with Folkestone when
We've been
Brad.
talking about it for months.
Yeah, and when Brad was when Brad was on the show, we were talking about food banks, and I'd already got a contact because my mum's a Salvationist, and so I spoke to somebody, and Brad had let us know that all the food banks were funded of getting grants if they were registered as a separate charity, and the only one that wasn't was Salvation Army, and so we kind of worked from there, and then you went shopping with how much money? I can't remember.
I can't even remember. Was
it
it
500
£1,000
quid?
or 1,500 or
I think it was
500?
£1,000, wasn't it? I can't remember.
I
think it was £1,000. It was £1,000. I think it was £1,000.
It was a shit ton of money, tell you that much. And it bought a metric fuck ton more than I expected it to. Because I don't go to the shop and buy £1,000 worth of shit ever.
No fucking idea. And
You go to the shop and you buy a bag.
we
I
were
thought, you know, great, I got a fucking estate. I'll pull up at the shop, I'll do 1 load, it'll be done. No, fuck, it took 3 loads. All the crap. Then truck it all in, and the conversations at the till made my day.
yeah, I see, because you were buying multiple things of one item, weren't you?
Well, like, I was going around looking for stuff that we wanted or that they said they wanted. And instead of taking 2 or 3 bags, we were going to, I forget what the shops are called, is it Lidl
Yeah.
and AIDA?
Mhm.
Because not only because they're slightly cheaper, but they're on the shelves, they leave everything in the box.
Right.
I was taking the whole boxes. I just, oh yeah, pasta and sauce. I'll take a whole box of pasta and sauces. Oh, Cadbury's chocolate bars. I'll take a whole box of those.
Yeah,
When
because
you get to the till,
we were
and the
surprised
woman
by
at the
what they
till-
requested, weren't we?
Yeah. It was really weird. Because I thought we
had
don't
it
like
like
It's in your
Crowful.
sort of stereotypical mind, you're thinking cans of beans and...
Yeah, absolutely. And
Like they said they had all the staples. They wanted the nice to have stuff that makes the food pouch nice to have.
Yeah.
Wow,
And Wendy-
say that, so-
is it Wendy said to me, she emailed me, was her name Wendy? She said, that, there's quite a lot of people that can't cook past boiling a kettle. So instant noodles, super noodles, type
microwave
stuff,
meals, that kind of
microwave meals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And she kind of got, and as you say, but it was mince pies, chocolate logs, fucking celebrations, blah blah blah. It was so weird. Like, and we were thinking, because when we first started talking about this, because as Richard said, we were like, oh well, they probably want beans and pasta. And she was like,
that's what I would have bought had you not.
We have got fuckloads of pasta and fuckloads of rice. Do not bring that.
One of the weird things for me was, and it's probably because of my location, everyone at the till assumed we were exporting it into Europe.
Oh, of course.
And they were like, yeah, you're buying all the stuff to take back to France or to Belgium or wherever. I'm like, what? Like, well, aren't you from there? I'm like, God, no. Apparently people come over here, buy a bunch of shit that they can't get over there, and then truck it or boat it across the channel.
That makes sense. Yeah. I suppose it's just picking up like Marmite and Twiglets and crisps or whatever. Just buy shit.
All the high end.
The lady at Lidl got a little bit teary-eyed when I did explain what we were actually doing there, which made me feel sad. But yeah,
it's quite because
we have to go ourselves. The money there.
Because what we've been doing for years and years, you end up with really weird information and upset people like unintentionally. Somebody said to me, they was talking about something. And I said, I can't remember the other day. I said, oh, my friend was doing a London Marathon. So they went, oh, okay. And I said, yeah. And I kind of, I was, because my other friend my friend outside of vaping had died, and I was trying to find something to take my mind off that. And when my wife went to work, she came home and I was a bit perkier than I had been, and she went, you okay? And I went, yeah, I'm doing Jay's marathon raffle. We're going to make $2,000. She went, so you think being sort of crushingly depressed by your friend's death, the way to get over that is to not only stay at work, but do more work for no money? And I went, might work, mightn't it? And Jay did it. And not only did we sponsor him, because we covered the lady who was running.
Yeah, I remember that.
We hit that target, and then we just gave the rest away to a woman who was hundreds of pounds away from hitting her breast cancer target. And I just said, do you think it's funny just to fill up the target, like while she's asleep? Yeah, it's quite funny. Bang. She got 200 quid, she got a grand. I'd love to admit, and it wasn't from anybody. I just wrote from some anonymous twats on the internet.
The great thing about that, though, is like that motivation.
Yeah.
That will have just given her like the smash to just finish the whole rest of the
yeah, and we paid it on the.
Did we ever check whether she finished?
Yeah, I did check. She did, and
she didn't make it. I got the money back.
She ran. But she fell asleep. It was a Friday night. She fell asleep on the Friday night. The marathon was on the Sunday, and when she woke up on Saturday morning, she hit her target. Still funny. I just think that's funny as fuck. I don't remember her name. It was funny as shit.
You haven't really been on that much in lockdown, Brad.
I don't think I've been on once in lockdown.
How's your lockdown gone? How's your COVID situation gone?
You moved in with your parents for part of it, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. We
the trauma in your face just then.
You served in Vietnam, didn't you, Brad? Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
It's more or less what it feels like.
Yeah.
The help with Calla, my daughter.
Yeah, it makes sense on paper.
I cannot overvalue that enough. It was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But after like week 2, week 3, week 4, eventually you're just sitting there thinking, my house is 2 blocks that way.
When you told us in private, I was like, yeah, like 3 days, that's enough. I'm out. Yeah. Like, cause my mum lives 120 miles away, and my dad's in Nottingham, and it's like my dad comes to stay for a couple of nights, and sometimes I just go in the kitchen, I'll be like cooking something, and I just hear my dad shout through, "Do you want any help?" And I go, "Fuck off!" Just let me pretend I'm on holiday, fucking 8 feet away from you. Just piss off.
Thankfully, we do get on really well.
Oh yeah, it's
surprisingly for parent-child relationship at 30 odd. How old am I?
30 odd.
37? 6?
No, you're not
5?
37.
85.
34?
36.
Yeah. Fuck me. Only men
that
don't
took me
know what they
longer
are.
To add up than I'm proud to admit. But yeah, we get on well, so it's all right. But after 3 weeks, you're borderline whether you want to hang around any longer.
Well, my mum doesn't know she gets on my fucking nerves. My dad does. My mum doesn't.
The rest of lockdown's boring. It's the same fucking Groundhog Day shit that everyone else is dealing with. The only difference is I come into the office at 3:00 in the morning and I start fucking dealing with programmers who are in the East. And I work with them and then with a bunch in the UK. And at 9-10 p.m. at night, I'm working with a bunch of guys in the States.
Right. Fuck.
6 days a week. For 9-10 months now.
Good to be busy though.
So it's
Really?
literally been
nothing
that
else on, is there?
absolutely fuck all. It's Groundhog Day. It's wake up, do
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
go for a run, come back, do some more, take Calla to nursery school,
Yeah.
come back, do some more. Boring as shit. And then, of course, interrupted by the random conversations in the crew chat, which are always worth a giggle.
Yeah, gold.
I'll be quiet. I won't actually mention any of them.
Oh, don't.
In trouble.
We've almost been like 4 or 5. Craig was obviously in the crew chat and James was in the crew chat. The crew chat in some way, shape or form has been alive for fucking like 6
We
years or
should
something.
put Craig back in crew chat.
Yeah, should do. Just enjoyed sitting in crew chat. Some days there's like 3 messages, some days there's 98 messages.
Yeah.
All about
Well,
bollocks.
He should be in crew chat. I haven't fucking been on the show for nearly a year, and I'm in crew chat. Surely he should fucking come back.
Yeah, we should refactor that.
Just to mention this because I'm wearing the t-shirt.
Yeah, of course.
We've had a restock of nata Portuguese custard tart, framboesa, and pistache at justadnick.org.uk. It got held up weirdly. Someone just mentioned something else. This is just a cautionary tale as well. Brexit has messed up shipping from to and from all around the world. It doesn't have to be in Europe. It is a complete arsehole. It's such a pain in the arse. Toby, who'll probably watch this back tomorrow, Toby at Nata has been, he's always absolutely fantastic and he's a fucking legend. It shipped last Friday. It got locked down and put on a hold on suspension over the weekend. It was a public holiday in Monday in Canada. And on Tuesday, he was up and at it at like 5:00 in the morning, getting this shit out of hold in Canada. And then from then it goes to Ontario. I can't say that word. I don't know why. Ontario? I don't know. From there to Cincinnati in America, because that's where the DHL distribution center is. And then from Cincinnati to West Midlands, then West Midlands to me. The bit, Ontario, Cincinnati, West Midlands, me, was under 24 hours. Everything else was a fucking twat. And all caused by this. We've got 2 things going on at the moment, which are really...
All the UK couriers are really behind, really struggling.
Yeah. And we've got a massive problem with USPS in America with the Trump fucking USPS costings that got pushed back against Royal Mail. So shipping to America is now quadruple the price it was.
Yeah.
It's a fucking nightmare. Canada's not the same, obviously. And with the Brexit on top of that, it don't matter if it's not fish. It takes fucking ages. Fish are fucking happy. They're not going to get caught. Even they're all right. They're not up to anything. Yeah, somebody just asked about Brexit, whether we were getting bigger tanks now Brexit is over. No.
There is a review. There is a review scheduled of the rules. It's not going to be this year, though, I don't think.
Thank fuck. It's going to be good.
I think it's penciled January 22.
Yeah, because it was
about. It's kind of more big picture about sort of like a reclassification-y sort of thing, and about it's about disowning what EU go on to do with the TPD as opposed to majorly changing anything here. How's that going, John? Good. Mine's just done the exact. Mine's just done it actually as well.
Fucking thing.
So there is a story there. There is a story there. The UK
was supposed to
review it, but every policy in anything that's non-critical is just getting pushed back and back and back.
We were supposed to get amendments this spring, weren't we? On the TPDR, but that did just get fucked off because people are still talking about it. So do correct them because people are posting on social media about this, about changes coming up. They're not coming up. They're not.
It's a real thing that the government wants to review it. It's actually, I think it was actually a Labour MP that has motioned it initially, but now it's been accepted as something that does need to be done. But it's 2020, January 2022 at the earliest. From what I've seen of it, I did have a little look. I try to look at these things. Yes, so no, it's kind of a non-story right now, but it could be big news going forward.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that could be. What are we doing with the European human rights? I think we're wiping our asses with it and then started 5.
Yeah, I mean, our human rights track record is second to none, so no concerns there.
Nice.
Have we ever invaded another country?
Never.
He asked if we wouldn't mind starting again because he's only just shown up. So you want to talk about what we've had to drink and had to vape? Start all over again?
Ooh, who's that? Who said that?
I'm on this one now.
Chris Bishop, he's only just shown up.
Oh, well, Chris, you missed it, mate. You have to watch it on the rerun.
He only comes for the after show party.
He does.
So, yes, how good was it tonight without the internet dropping out?
It's great without the internet. I think I totally forgot about that.
All our Zoom issues are resolved as well.
Hey!
Thanks to Mark Dolan. Thank you, Mark, if you see this. So, yeah, happy days. Going forwards, and now in 1080p, I'll have to see on playback how that worked out.
My new computer's coming next week, so
John might look completely different next week.
Yeah, well, I might not. I mean, it's going to be the same fucking crazy hair.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised what you can achieve.
Yes, I'm very much looking to it. I haven't bought a new PC in ages, and I've got a new PC, new screen.
PC, new haircut.
No, it's not happening.
I'm a bit jealous. I've got a cross trainer coming.
You've got a cross trainer. I've got a happy trainer.
It's like you can
do it if you like.
Isn't it? The cat's play.
I thought it was Mrs. Richards.
Yeah, but who's going to be building it?
I don't know.
This cunt.
Do you know? I nearly dropped the C-bomb earlier, and I didn't for some reason. Thanks, Richard. That's good. Are you really going to be building? You're not. Yeah, you're all right now.
What?
I've got to build a shed.
What? Yeah.
Well, but in previous times, Richard, you said in the crew chat that we've spoken about, you've posted a picture of some flat pack and you've gone, oh, okay, we're going to do that. And you've gone, oh, I'm shit at stuff like that.
Yeah, I am rubbish at it, but it's got to be done. I hate it. Like that bed was probably the last one I did. That's creaking like nobody's business now. So I'm going to have to go back and tighten that all up.
At the weekend, I'm buying an oscillating saw or an oscillating tool. That's not
going to help with this.
Could do. Chop it into little bits, mate. Throw in a bin.
So that's coming on Saturday. So that's flat pack heaven. Oh, it shouldn't be completely flat. I'll be fucked off if it's completely.
Oh, it'll be
flat.
fine. The main unit's all together. You just put the arms on.
Yeah, the arms and legs.
It'll be all right.
Yeah, piece. Mind you, you'd think a bed would be quite straightforward. Wouldn't you?
I would.
It's only 4 pieces and then the slats.
But then I built this, so I win.
Hey, you're great at those sort of things.
Yeah, that took you a year.
No, the cat, because I didn't do anything between putting the walls up. So the actual ceiling only took a week. The walls only took a week. We did the whole thing from start to finish in a week. 9 days. I just didn't do anything with it.
They're separated by 11 months and.
Oh fuck yeah! We're updating the heating in here as well because it's too lovely.
We're on a dangerous tangent at this time.
Yeah, we got to fuck off.
Can I just say, I did juice this up the first time tonight, and as I said, the coils have always been good before. It's great. Although it's like this, you can suck it or press it.
Sounds really loose.
But it does have adjustable airflow on the bottom. Very clever, actually. And you can turn it down. But because it's on one of these sticks, and I've tried various options, I can't find anything, I don't think you can change the power. So, although you can close the airflow, I don't think you can lower the power. So, therefore, I just don't see how anyone would mouth to lung this. And so more science is needed, and it's a lovely little low wattage vape, but I don't think it can do mouth to lung, which is kind of the point of this range from UL, so that's interesting. But the flavour is great. So there we go. That's the Whirl S, if you're wondering. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Cheers to Brad for coming on.
Thank you, Brad. It was awesome to see you.
Sweet.
We're really
I'll see you again in
we're
9
really
months'
impressed with
time.
everything that you're doing. The Insuru thing is awesome.
Thanks, buddy.
Professionally and personally, I do think that. So there we go. So yeah, thanks for coming on. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Bye. Smash that like button. The next review is this, which I think is really good. Although I don't have an Aspire mix. So I might have to ask you, Brad, some stuff tomorrow. But there we go. So excellent. Thank you for watching, and bye.